Hey, my friends. Ooh. Hey, my friends. How's it going? Uh, so, yesterday when I was cleaning my bike and I was thinking about what I could do to it that's different, I came up with an idea: copper plating. I've never copper plated anything before. And so I just went on YouTube and watched a couple of videos. I'll post them in the description down below so that you can see exactly what I saw and what I learned if you want. I've never electroplated before, so it's going to be a learning experience for me, and hopefully it turns out well. So I just got 2 screws off of the air intake. I noticed that they were really rusty, and so I needed to do something with them anyway, so that'll be a good experiment, and that way I can kind of get a look at what the bike will look like with the copper parts and accents. So I could do like the bolts, I can do the derby cover, maybe the headlight bezel. And that would look cool. So I got the stuff set out already. So let me just cut those pipes real quick. There's 4 screws on the intake, but I didn't want the whole thing to fall out. So I took the opposite ones off, the top left and the bottom right one, and they were really rusty. That's why I picked those to do first. They were one of the few rusty bolts on my bike, and so I really don't want to see any rust on my bike. So I'm going to clean them up, and that would make the perfect opportunity to test the electroplate on those. I could do all 4 of them, put them back in the cover, have a look at it, and see how good it looks. And if it's to my liking, then I will do the derby cover. That'll be really cool. So I got them soaking in evaporust right now. I'm gonna pull them out, and I'm gonna use some steel wool, a little wire brush, and clean them really super good, and then use some scrubbing powder and get them totally clean. Wash them out in the sink with dish detergent to get any oils and anything off of them. And once they're that super clean, then I will put them in the solution. Now this will be an experiment to see how well the electroplating, how well the copper will stick to these. I scrubbed the insides and they were all black in there, so I got them as shiny as I could. I don't know if they're all the way clean or not. I'm gonna still clean them with some cleanser and some dish soap, but this side here is really bad, and I was gonna scrub it with the brush, but then I thought that would be a good experiment to see half of it's clean and half of it's not. And so we'll dip these in, because realistically all we need is the heads to be copper, because these will be screwing in and nobody will ever see them. So that's why I cleaned up the heads real good. And now I need to build the plug-in to make the electrolysis work. Okay, now I got a Okay, I got the screws totally clean, scrubbed them with Comet and Dawn dishwashing detergent, so they're grease free. I didn't touch them with my hands, only with the gloves, so they're all clean and ready to go. I got them on paper towel so that so I'm not setting them on anything that might have grease on it. Now let's get to the fun part. One of the fun parts. We got a bunch of fun parts today. I don't want to go around ruining good cell phone chargers. That's why I got this one at Goodwill for $1.50. So I'm just going to clip. And yes, good. There is 2 wires in there. I will strip them down. And I got alligator clips that I will be putting on there we go. There we go. 2 wires. Now, look at how tiny those are. Hope they'll fit on those. A little longer. Alligator clips. Guess it might be easier without these gloves on. Alright, so red. Those aren't my reading glasses. So wide in there, and these wires are so narrow, I fold it in half. Yep, see it through there. So that's a good place for it. Now let's squeeze it down. I thought it wasn't tight enough. I squeezed it too tight. It cut the wires right off. I need to take this insulator off so I can see what I'm doing. That's funny. Oh, let me do that again. Now it's time to make this copper solution. So the recipe calls for 2 cups of distilled water and 100 grams of this fruit killer. I got it in the plumbing aisle, and what it is where is it? Copper sulfate. So it's not good for you. Wear glasses, respirator, gloves, whatever. I mean, you know, I think I'm already old. It don't bother me, but I could have 50 more years. So I'm wearing a mask and gloves and safety glasses. Anyways, anywho, wait, I'm going to use the lid to weigh it. First, I need water. So I'm going to do 4 cups and 200 grams. So I'll have enough solution to do the derby cover. So it calls for hot water. I'll pour in the distilled water that I got and bring it in and put it in the microwave. Now the reason I'm doing this outside is because of the electroplating process. I don't want... There we go. I'm thinking it's gonna put fumes in the air, and I really don't want to be in an enclosed area with fumes. I mean, some of you might think I'm being over-exaggerating all of this, but it's one thing that I am health conscious. So let me go put this in the microwave. I'll be right back. Okay, I put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and in that time I also washed the dishes and put my hair up. So now let's see, I got 4 cups of hot water, and I will dissolve the 200 grams. Let's see how much 200 grams is. Grams, tear. Alright, now I need 100 grams. Looks like Breaking Bad. This is 100 grams. This is 100 grams of copper sulfate. So I need 2 of these. Now I'm using a bamboo chopstick to stir this with, and stir it up till it dissolves. Okay, and now comes the fun part. Plugging this in and sticking it in water. That doesn't sound very safe to me, but that's what it's supposed to do, so that's what I'm gonna do. You know what? Shoot. I should have made these a lot longer, because one of them's got to clip onto the copper. The red one's going to clip onto the copper, and the white one is going to clip onto the bolt that I'm going to be electroplating. But the bolt and the copper can't touch, and so I'm going to have to redo this wiring again, because I don't think I can get this piece off without, I'm gonna have to remove these alligator clips in order to remove this sheath here. So, oh well, a little bit more time, but no big deal. Okay, now, here we go. See, I'm gonna put on my rubber gloves just to be as safe as possible. I don't know if electricity will run through gloves. I mean, I guess it's only 5 volts, and that's less than a 9-volt battery. And I've stuck 9-volt batteries on my tongue and haven't had any problem. So, we'll see. Okay. So I have my 2 alligator clips, and I will hook. First I'll take the tube here, a piece of copper, and I'm going to tape it down to the bowl. Okay. And And then I am going to take the positive and clip it on to the copper. And now I am going to take the little screw here, hook it up there, and put it down in the water over here. And you know what? I think I'm gonna put a piece of tape on that so it doesn't make its way over to the other layer and touch it. And to keep the screw from touching the bottom. Now all that's left is to plug it in. Now I hope that's enough voltage to make it work. Ooh! Look at that. And I have a copper plated alligator clip and a copper plated bolt. Pretty neat. Well, it's copper. It's kind of a dirty copper. Which is kind of neat. But there's the difference in the two. Ah! So pretty neat. Let's put the other one in and see what happens. Well, I'm not too happy with the results. Seems like the little copper gasket there, ring, well, it wasn't copper, but now it is, looks pretty good. But the rest of them, I don't know if the camera's gonna focus or not, but yeah, you can definitely tell that's not copper. It has a little copper tinge to it. What it looks like is copper is building up on it and then it's just falling off into the water. So I don't know if even all that scrubbing wasn't enough. I don't know. So I am going to try one of the bolts that is holding my derby cover on. Well, I'm not too happy with my experiment here. I used a drill and a wire wheel and a pair of vice grips, and I cleaned this up really well and tossed it in there and left it in there for like 15 minutes. And now it just had a lot of copper pieces built up on it, but when I rinsed it off, they just fell right off. So for some reason, it's not holding, even though I cleaned it up really well. The thing that's weird about it is that the little piece here is really coppery. See, it looks good, and I don't know why. I don't know why this held the copper and what was clamped onto it, and it was clamped on like that and it didn't hold. So So if anybody knows why it didn't, why the copper got on the clamp really nice, but then it didn't get on the bolt, I don't know. If it's the wrong kind of metal, that could be it. And even though I use two different kinds of bolts, one on the air intake and one from the derby cover, maybe the bolts themselves have some kind of metal mixture to strengthen them that disallows electroplating. I don't know. It's kind of weird to think about, but maybe I should have just stuck the cover in there and saw what happened. I just didn't want to ruin the cover and make it all black like that, and I knew I needed to scrub it first, and I was running out of time. So I'm going to get back at it tomorrow, and today was not a fail because I learned how to make bolts dark color for the antique look. I can, if I ever want to make like a rat bike or something, that would be a perfect addition to the bike, is to make the bolts look like that. But I really want to learn how to copper plate, and I really want to learn how to make it shiny copper. I think that will be so awesome. And so I'm going to keep practicing. Tomorrow I'm going to get out there. I'm going to try different methods. And whenever I figure it out, then I'll be sure to let you know and show you what I did. So thank you all for watching. Every day can't be something great. Sometimes there's highs and sometimes there's lows. And I worked all day at that. I was really hoping for great results, but they'll come eventually. Can't do everything in one day. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.